Question 1075. If you could be any tree, which tree would you be?
Hemlock.
Oh, God.
Hemlock.
Hemlock, no doubt.
What a wonderful question.
I love hemlock trees, everything about them.
There'd be so many different trees I'd like to be.
You have to pick one.
I know. It's almost impossible.
We'll give it the top 3 and then narrow it down.
I mean, well, they're so different. I mean, to be a sequoia, or to be bristlecone pine, and to see all that time go by, to be an oak, and to spread your arms to a 100-foot diameter canopy.
Nag says
but if you're like an oak, they might chop you down and make furniture out of you.
That's true of any tree, though.
Well, a lot of places ban that kind of activity on century oaks and stuff like that now.
Yandia says cedar tree. I love the smell.
And to be an elm tree, with the beautiful draping arms.
Then when you get cut down, you get made into a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
An English longbow.
David Melbourne says the giving tree.
Longbows.
Happy to hear you.
I was thinking L. Randolph says I'd be an Ent. That doesn't count.
Oh,
I like that answer.
Ent from Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, the talking, walking trees.
Sirif says a tall tree away from civilization. Don't really care what type. David Melbourne says Groot. You can't be Groot. I'm Groot.
I am Groot.
No, I'm Groot.
Sorry, if we're going down, as it seems to be from the chat that we're allowed to go down like fantasy lines here,
we're not.
As they are now, I'm going to. I'm going to be Yggdrasil, the tree of all the
I was
worlds.
going to say I'd be Yggdrasil.
Buff shit, I've called it.
Mine was going to be I am Groot, but apparently that's been taken, so I cannot be Groot.
Harmonica says a pear tree. Because I can
I've made up my mind.
Go on.
I want to be a sequoia, but as I grow up, I want them to graft. I want them to graft other tree types onto me, so that I can be many trees at once.
So there can be many trees at once. It makes me. Nope, not
I've got a buddy of mine who's got an apple tree like that. He started growing a bunch of trees, and he's spliced every type of apple on this thing, so it's going to be insane.
Oh, they mix fruits. They do like put a branch of pear on an apple tree, or a plum branch, or.
Yeah. My buddy goes from home when the war starts, so he's got it all figured out down that way.
Everyone's going like the big tree route. What about something like a bonsai tree?
I don't like being short.
Well, that's okay. There's short people.
Bonsai tree, you'd be attacked every single week of your life. Why would want that? You'd have somebody stabbing you and cutting you and making you grow up as a.
They give you a nice trim. It's like having a haircut with maybe a little bit of plastic surgery every week. I think.
Oh yeah, but that's a child beauty at that point. I mean, what are you advocating for here?
It seems more like you're trimming your pubes though, because it's so small.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, but lop it off your arm half every other week.
Stool says this. Say again?
I was just saying you'd be pretty as a bonsai tree. Bonsai trees actually reproduce where they have to actually start with a full tree and go.
Are bonsai trees pretty in their own right? Or are they just kept pretty?
I started an elm tree in a pot. I had a 10-inch pot, and I got it to grow to about a foot and a half high, and I didn't understand what I was doing or anything like that, so it eventually died. But it was really neat. I was able to trim it, and I had this little elm tree on my desk. It was so cute.
Randolph Richards says, are bonsai trees likely to suffer from short tree syndrome?
Where they need to feel important, so they fall down to break your Rolodex or something.
PTSDS.
Oh.
Traumatic short tree syndrome.
Nerdy says he's either Groot or a banana tree, so he could go for a walk.
Now technically, it's generally a smaller tree, but I think I have an answer here. Coca. I just like the idea people are going to get high off me.
Sammy asked if weed was a tree.
Yes, I can't remember. Is weed a bush? A shrub?
Or a bush. I mean, coca barely qualifies as a tree, but it...
Brainbug says mangrove. Never Again says, I'd be a giant redwood. If they cut me down after living 1,000 years, my roots grow back and I make a whole freaking ring of trees that are still me.
What is the name of...
Nice.
There's this one superorganism somewhere in the U.S. I can't remember where it is.
The one that roots out and...
Aspens do that.
The aspens?
Yeah.
Because I know there's this one superorganism. In principle, it's one tree, but it's...
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the aspen.
Can we do that tree? I mean, I think with hemlock, but I'm just throwing that out there as a pretty cool alternative.
I'd quite like to be one that has a root system that's...
Well, you can take over the country in principle. You can invade places.
The problem is you're susceptible to herbicide. Sarah.
I'm torn between either a weeping willow or a ginkgo, since they're both really, really pretty trees.
Weeping willows are lovely.
Yeah.
I had thought about a weeping willow. They're beautiful.
We've got a lot of them in the UK, but...
We're being warned about getting educational again.
And you can provide people and animals with shade.
Exactly.
I was more thinking you could provide people with whips.
Well, that too. That was my other thing as well. Yeah.
Brainbreak says Pando is the name of that colonial tree. As in that one colonial tree, or as in the breed. Not a Great Gamer says Critical. Can I be a platypus? It's not a tree, but I'd feel special. No, because it's not a tree.
Well, you could be a ginkgo. It's just as prehistoric as a platypus.
B.
I think I'm going to pick a mangrove that is in the center of a protected area. Because not only are mangroves beautiful, they provide food and shelter for all different kinds of animals, land and water animals, and you'll be right by the water. So you always have a good view. Yeah, I like mangroves.
It'd be tropical, so you get a shower like every day.
Exactly. Exactly.
Harmonica Man says the lending tree.
The giving tree?
And Nerdy says stop making me learn things.
See, I would have answered Joshua Tree, but then it just reminds me of a fucking U2 album, and I don't want to be associated with them.
A Joshua tree isn't actually a tree; it's a yucca plant. It just got really big.
It's
nerd.
Nerd.
Sorry.
Nerd. Educational.
Sorry.
Hey, stop that!
Stop wanting it.
If I get yelled at for talking about planets, you can yell at for talking about trees.
I got warned about it yesterday for talking about like history. So
we're not allowed being smart here, apparently. So
I'm not
It's just
smart.
be mindless entertainment. Mindless entertainment.
Oh, now you see, look! They're saying here, the stream has taught us many things. This is terrible.
Sorry. I'll be dumber.
And now they're sharing facts in the chat. This is well, too late. Dave has to mark this one as educational now. Right, we need to get back to some good solid.
How about we share Chuck Norris facts, and technically that's not educational.
I think you just wait till the next question. The next question was written by the Lone Wanderer.
You don't share Chuck Norris facts. Chuck Norris shares your facts.
Damn right. Hey,
that. That's good.
Do you know Chuck Norris once roundhouse kicked the earth? It hasn't stopped spinning since.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.